In my last series of videos I talked about the technique to create the ramification in hawthorns, and if you missed that, the link is down there. In this series I'm going to be talking about yew trees, and I have a lot of yew trees that I collect in the mountains, establish them and style them, as you can see. And for me they are an amazing tree. They are really easy to work with, very strong, and I particularly like the green, the deadwood and the live vein as it comes through, and they really do display well. So this is a yew that I collected about 8 years ago, and it's been a long process of getting the tree almost looking like a bonsai. When it was collected there was very little foliage at all here. It was very, very high up. There were long dead roots that were, I mean, they were beautiful, but they just wouldn't fit into the pot. So it's been a very slow process to get it to where it is now, and I would honestly think that really I'm probably looking at about another 6 years, 7 years before it's even a presentable bonsai. And the reason it's going to take so long is because I need to really have these branches a lot thicker, and I also need to create good dense foliage pads. I think, you know, in the next sort of 6 or 7 years, the work that I need to do over this will really bring the tree on. It's absolutely not showable right now, mainly because the training pot is in. It's okay, but this isn't really good enough quality of a pot for a tree of such stature. This is a really interesting tree. Some of you regular viewers will know this tree as the Calligrapher. So called because an Italian bonsai friend, when he was in my garden, said it looked like a piece of calligraphy. So one of the few trees that actually has a name in my garden. And I've done a substantial amount of work on this tree. I've completely bent this. These 2 points were touching at one point, as you can see here. Completely twisted the whole tree around, using different techniques of splitting and bending, so that I can bring this as a very compact tree, because when this tree was collected it was actually over 1 meter tall. So I've actually brought it right down. I've changed the angle. The training pot is in, it's okay, but what I'm doing now is I'm filling out this foliage pad. I've not done any pinching back, mainly because I want to get thicker branches, and I don't just want to have a sort of glow, but I want to actually put some definition into it here. Again, it'll be in a much better pot, a nicer pot, probably by Tom Bender. Tom, are you watching? I think I really like this position that it's in. You know, I've put the holes through here. I've taken out a lump of wood from here. Really very, very interesting tree. Very interesting tree indeed. Probably one of the hardest trees I've ever collected, because this tree actually grows through a hole in the stone, as you can see here. So it was a case of taking the whole stone off the mountain, putting it on my backpack and walking about 1.5 kilometers, just short of a mile to the truck. The great thing about this was, once I lifted the stone out the ground, I got 100% of the root that was growing underneath the tree. So what I've done is I've made it into a landscape. I put a small non-flowering azalea in here, a little cotoneaster down here, and if you look at an early photograph of this tree, and you can see it actually didn't have very much foliage at all. So it's been a process probably around 7 years to bring it to this. I've got a little branch here that I want to fill out, but I quite like this almost a mother and child that's been developed here. Very unusual. I don't think you'll see many trees displayed like this, mainly because they're so rare, so unusual. But as you can see, this is actually a very cheap Chinese pot, and this is one that it's going to stay in this because A, it's an extremely strong pot. the tree, the stone in actual fact is sitting on some wooden blocks that will slowly rot away, and the yew roots will go into it. They were soft wood, but it's an interesting tree.